Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to offer my amendment to Division E of the Make America Secure and Prosperous Appropriations Act. Immigrant families in my district and across this country are terrified. They are afraid because of the things that President Trump has said and because of the policies that he has proposed. President Trump has been clear about who he thinks immigrants are. He thinks immigrants are lazy. He thinks immigrants are unskilled. He thinks immigrants are dangerous criminals. Just yesterday, he ended the DACA program, crushing the dreams of 800,000 talented and courageous young Americans. He has promised to triple the number of ICE agents, to build a deportation force to go into immigrant communities. Under President Obama, ICE was told to focus on detaining and deporting dangerous criminals. But President Trump has told ICE they should go after whomever they can find. Now, every immigrant without papers is a target, young and old. This is why immigrants are so afraid. Democrats in Congress have been united in standing up against President Trump and his war on American immigrants. We have blocked money for the wall and for his deportation force. But we also need to put some healthy constraints on President Trump's Department of Homeland Security. My amendment will strike Section 209 of Division E, which grants the Secretary of Homeland Security authority to reprogram or transfer funds for the purpose of detaining immigrants prioritized for removal. President Trump has made his intentions very clear. He wants to deport every one of the 11 million undocumented immigrants in this country, no matter what those consequences may be. With this bill, as it's currently written, there is almost no limit how far he can go. Congress must stand up and make clear where we stand. I reserve the balance of my time.
Gentlelady reserves. Gentleman from Texas, rise.
I rise in opposition to the amendment offered by Mrs. Torres.
The gentleman's recognized.
Estimating the required number of apprehensions and detention beds is not exact science. This reprogramming authority is essential to be able to deal with emergent and critical operation needs like surges we've seen in 2014 and 2016. Without sufficient funding for beds, ICE will be forced to release criminal and other illegal aliens into communities across the country and weaken the security of the United States. The proposal to restrict ICE's ability to reprogram funding for detention beds will not only endanger the safety of the American people, but will also convey to bad actors that the United States will not detain illegal aliens, leading to increased border crossings and growing overall illegal alien population in the United States. Therefore, I oppose this amendment and ask my colleagues to do the same. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I reserve the balance of my time.
The gentleman reserves. The gentlelady is recognized.
Thank you. I appreciate Mr. Chairman's concern for public safety. The reality is that this administration has kept Congress in the dark about immigration policy. Members have found out about ICE immigration actions in their districts after the fact. The least we can do as members of Congress is to provide oversight and keep track of how much DHS is spending. There is no question dangerous criminals should be detained and should be deported. ICE will still be able to do that. But if they need more money, they should come to this Congress and tell us why they need this money. With that, I urge my colleagues to vote yes, and I yield back the balance of my time.
The gentlelady yields.